What's up, guys? West Coast Picks here, and today I'm going to tie up some odds and ends here, talk a little bit about my 3D printer, and at the end I'll show off some of my pinning trays that I've been printing out, the evolution of them, and tie up some odds and ends. Anyway, I've had a bunch of questions about this printer and all about it, so I thought I'd just run through it pretty quickly here. This is a ANET A8. It's one of the cheapest 3D printers you can get right now, but don't let the price fool you. Just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's not good. It does take a lot of work to get it to print decent, and it takes a lot of work to put it together and everything. I still got a lot to do, but the good thing with a 3D printer is once you have a 3D printer, printing out upgrades is totally possible. So I've already printed out a bunch of upgrades for this printer. One is belt tensioner for the y-axis. Right now I'm printing out an end stop adjustment for this end stop button right here. You can barely see it, but right there. You have to adjust this for when you're doing your bed leveling. So this upgrade right now I'm printing out attaches right here, and it moves the leveling switch to a place where you can actually access it easier, which will be a lot easier for me to deal with. Also, I've printed out this. This is a blower motor. This extruder has two fans on it. This one's actually cooling down the extruder itself. This one is blowing air across the product because it likes to be cooled off as you print it out, and that's what it's doing. As you can see right now, it's spanning vertically right across air, which is pretty damn cool. Anyway, so yeah, it came with a crappy air duct. So this is the upgraded air duct. It's a half circle. It's got a bunch of slots in the bottom. You can't really see, but anyway, that's another upgrade I did. Another upgrade is these frame kind of stiffeners, so it stiffens up the frame there. There's also some filament guides that clip onto the side there, run the filament through it. Also, this spool holder comes with the machine, but that hub in the center of the spool does not come with the machine. There's one on either side, and I had to print those out because otherwise the hub just kind of, or the spool just flopped around on that piece of rod, which wasn't all that great. Yeah, and for now that's about all the upgrades I've done on these little knobs for leveling the bed. There's wing nuts there, so these little knobs are actually easier to grab than the wing nut. Other than that, that's about it, but I got a bunch more to do. You can see I've started peeling the covering off of the black acrylic. It's nice shiny black acrylic that you leave on when you build it and when you put your upgrades on and stuff, just to stop from scratches. So I started peeling some of it off, especially in places where I'm putting modifications. Anyway, that is the ANET A8 so far. I still got to clean up a little bit of wiring. As you can see off to the side here on the control board is all very exposed. So I gotta tidy up all that wiring. I've already tidied up the wiring for the extruder and the heat bed. You can see it's all nice and loomed. Yeah, so getting there. It's printing really good right now. I also gave it a glass bed, which is really good for leveling because the aluminum heat bed kind of warps a little bit when you heat it up, so it's not as accurate as a piece of glass. So that's why the glass is there. Yeah, anyway, guys, I'm going to get into the next room here, and I'll show you what I've been doing with this and a couple other things. Guys, back on the bench here, and as you see, you've probably seen this one before. This is the first version of the pinning board that I made, and it wasn't bad. It works. Let me grab a pin here. But a couple things I didn't like about it. One is this top parts area is kind of small, and also these grooves for the pins are a little too narrow. actually trying to pick a pin up with a pair of tweezers is almost impossible. You can get it with your fingers, but you know, it kind of defeats the purpose of a pinning tray. So a couple things I didn't like about it, so I had to redesign it. So I went to version 2, and this is version 2. As you can see, the top parts area here is a lot bigger. I like that. The pin spots are a lot wider. You can actually reach in there and grab the stuff, no problem. You do lose quite a few of them, but you know, there's still like 9 there or something like that, in 9. So it's not bad. And what I didn't like about this is these are, I think, a little too wide and a little too deep, because you have problems reaching in there with your fingers and grabbing it. I kind of want the best of both worlds. I want to be able to grab it with my tweezers and with my fingers, which it's kind of hard to get it with your fingers, but you can. Anyway, and the parts area off to the right here is a little small. It's not too small. As an example, the super awesome one I got from T&J's is smaller than that, but I use it quite a bit, so I wanted a bigger parts area than that. So version 3. Version 3 is, I think, where the evolution of this pinning board stops. This is going to be the way it lands. So we have a little bit more narrow pinning spaces. Still a lot of room to pick up with your tweezers, not a problem. Not too deep that you can't pick it up with your fingers pretty easily. The parts area off to the right is a lot bigger, and the one on the top is even a lot bigger. And I like this setup. There's 10 spaces here for pins, and there's a lot of room here. You can see this is kind of a deep pin, and there'd be a lot of room for your drivers, key pins, and springs there. Here's one in use. An upcoming video, you'll probably see this lock picked. This was an American lock sent to me by Rob K. Anyway, everything fits in here. Your tweezers fit in there nice. Your plug follower fits in there nice. Even clip remover, key, plug, cylinder, clips, and all that stuff. All the pins fit in there nice. And yeah, so it works pretty good. I like this setup. So in the middle of designing that pinning tray, I designed another little pinning tray, and these I use all the time. I used to use you've seen the rubber corrugate mat ones that I used for setting up challenge locks and stuff, or as temporary pinning boards when my other one was full. So I decided to make some smaller ones for that same purpose. The first one I made has the same spacing as the Generation 2, so it's got the deep grooves, wide deep grooves, which work, but like I said, hard to pick up with your fingers, and leaves a really small parts area off to the side. So the evolution of that is the tray number 3 spacing and depth, which makes it really easy to get a pin in and out with tweezers and fingers. So tweezers no problem, fingers no problem. And still got enough room to put your, key pins, drivers, and springs in there. And the parts area is a little bit bigger too, so this will actually fit a full kick cylinder. Here's one in use. There we go. So as you can see, lots of room for your springs and pins. And you can even get a kick cylinder in the side there with a clip and everything. So everything fits on this pretty nicely. That is the evolution of the miniature pinning tray. So, a lot of people were interested in how the pinning trays were coming along, and that's how they are coming along. Of course, I'm going to add some of these into the 400 video giveaway. So, obviously, one of these miniature pinning trays is going to go in, and one of these full-size pinning trays is going to go in. So that will be part of the 400 video giveaway, of course. Also, I told you I had some special material for handles, so I just did one up here. This is one of my personal picks. This is celluloid. If you guys remember, about a year back, maybe probably a year and a half back, I made some celluloid handles, called them my retro pick, and this is just a different pattern. It is celluloid, which is like a plant-based plastic. They use it for guitars and stuff like that. Guitar picks are made out of this stuff. Very nice stuff, high gloss. Let's see if I can get a focus in on. There we go. And this is one of the patterns. It's actually just waiting for it to come in. This is one of the patterns, and the other pattern is, as you can see, there's sheets of this stuff here. The other pattern is this awesome red stuff. I don't know, the lighting doesn't really do it justice. I think it's a little bit darker than what the camera shows, as far as I can tell. And it's high gloss. Both of these are really high gloss, so pretty nice stuff. And you know, that's what the pick handles for the 400th video giveaway are going to be made out of, this stuff here. So the winner will get to actually choose what color they want, if they want the black or the red. So I like the black myself. It kind of has some depth to it, and it's got some pearlescent, but the red is, you know, it's like lava, fire. It's pretty damn cool. So yeah, anyway, that's an update there. So the winner will get to choose what kind of pick handles they want. You could also pick just straight up heat shrink if you want, but I don't know why you would. And also another thing for the giveaway, before I forget, ordered this in from Banggood. It was on sale, and I don't really ever use these, but you know, I just had to grab one. So it's a snap gun. You guys know what a snap gun is. Here's one here, and I don't use them or anything like that. So it was on sale though, so I thought I'd grab it and throw it into the giveaway. So we have a snap gun here with comes with a tension wrench and 3 or 4 of the attachments. 3, I think. 4, yeah. Anyway, so that will also be in with the giveaway. So a lot of good stuff going into the giveaway. I think that's probably it for tools for now. For the giveaway, I'll probably add maybe a lock or 2 more, and then should be good. Anyway, guys, that ties up all my odds and ends here. Don't think I have anything else to talk about. So any questions or comments, you guys can just leave them down below there, or email me. I'll put my email in the information section of this video. Anyway, guys, later.